What's up everybody, this is McStan. Today we're diving into one of the biggest mysteries in Resident Evil Requiem, the Hooded Man. After closely examining the footage, we're going to break down his abilities, his appearance, his knife skills, and then go through the possible identities behind this terrifying character. First, let's talk about his abilities. One of the most striking things is how he can seemingly appear out of nowhere without making a sound. In the footage, he sneaks up on the hotel keeper, puts a bag over his head, suffocates him, and then slits his throat, all without being seen. Later, he sneaks up behind Alyssa, and in a still from the footage, we can see a shadowy knife just before a stabbing sound, leaving Grace terrified. This shows that he's either naturally incredibly stealthy or possesses some sort of enhanced ability from infection. Speaking of which, his knife skills are precise. He can slit someone's throat without even looking at them. That could indicate formal training or simply that his infection enhances his physical capabilities. Either way, he's deadly and methodical. And then there's his appearance. We see black ooze coming out of his eyes, nose, and other openings from his face. This is reminiscent of the mold infection from Resident Evil 7, like the Bakers. I think mold could play a part in the infection because it acts like a hive mind, giving it the ability to control the host. At the same time, I believe that the T-Virus could be involved. Since we're returning to Raccoon City, the T-Virus is the original virus from this location, so it makes sense for the story to bring it back as well. Combined, this could explain why the Hooded Man is so deadly, seemingly controlled, and enhanced beyond human limits. His infection also makes his age irrelevant, so any older characters could still move and fight like superhumans. At the beginning of the footage, someone calls Grace and simply says, "Miss Ashcroft." She responds and he hangs up on her. I don't think that this is the Hooded Man. To me, it sounds like someone who could be employing the Hooded Man. And I think the Hooded Man kind of acts as a hitman, hired gun, or cleaner for this person. We can hear him grunting in the footage, almost like a monster or someone infected with rabies. This supports the idea that he's being controlled or acting under someone else's orders. Now let's go through the possible identities. So first up we have Leon. Some theories suggest that Leon might be the Hooded Man, but the facial structure is all wrong. This is not him. I'm 100% sure Leon is not the Hooded Man. Then we have Albert Wesker. So at first when I compared these two, I thought that Albert Wesker had a similar jawline and cheekbones, but his nose is slightly different, and the Hooded Man's abilities just don't match Wesker's usual combat style. Wesker is enhanced, but not the type to be controlled in this way. The primal infection we see here doesn't line up with Wesker. Then we have Nikolai, and initially, this is who I thought it was. The jawline, the cheekbones are very similar, and I knew that Nikolai had a pointy nose, but after closer inspection, his nose is much larger than the Hooded Man's, so we can rule Nikolai out. And then we have Hunk. Hunk is a strong possibility because we've never seen his face, and he's the perfect hitman slash cleaner type. Some say he's too old, but the infection enhancing his abilities makes age irrelevant. He could easily have the skills we see in the footage. And finally, my strongest theory is George Hamilton from the Outbreak series. The facial structure is nearly identical, jawline, nose, and cheekbones. He has a connection to Alyssa, and as a survivor of Raccoon City, he knows how to handle himself and probably use a knife. Whatever happened to him since Outbreak, he's now infected and possibly being controlled to do someone else's bidding. In my opinion, this ties everything together, his skills, infection, and narrative connection to Alyssa perfectly. So there you have it. The Hooded Man's abilities, infection, and knife skills, followed by a breakdown of possible candidates. Personally, I think George Hamilton being the Hooded Man makes the most sense, but Hunk is also a plausible option. So what do you think? Could it be George, Hunk, or someone else entirely? Let me know in the comments. And if you did like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new and turn on that bell so you don't miss a thing that I'm bringing you. And of course, thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you in the next one.